Hi, this is Simon Leung. Yes, with the return of the G Live show. So if you are joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you are joining us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. Now, of course, we were on a little bit of a hiatus over the last couple of weeks simply because we want you to focus fully on the Groove-A-Thon. Yes, we did make a little cameo last weekend because the Groove-A-Thon wasn't on the weekends, but today we officially mark the very last day of the Groove-A-Thon, which means that we want to welcome you to the unofficial GAT party. GAT, of course, stands for the Groove-A-Thon. Now, of course, the Groove-A-Thon 2021 was a 9-day episode. It happened over the last 2 weeks. And so if you somehow missed it, I'll show you in just a moment exactly how you can get up to speed on all the really cool announcements. But regardless, this is supposed to be the after party. But of course, it's no party without you. So make sure that you do interact in the comments if you haven't already. Or of course, if you're joining us on the replay, keep those comments coming as well, because we understand that we're always on at boom anytime, and not all the time we have enough notification for all of you to actually rejoin us. So now that the Groove-A-Thon is actually over, yes, we have been off of the air for the last couple of weeks because we wanted you to absolutely focus on everything that the Groove-A-Thon had to share with you. And that's because regardless of whether you are just starting out, you are brand new, or whether you've been with us for a variety of weeks, maybe even months or a year or longer, a lot of the brand new updates is definitely very important for you to know. So in case you somehow missed out on all those things, definitely that was the time for you to focus on all of those. However, now that it is over, we do want to get back on track on a few things, and as well as a lot of very amazing and exciting projects that we do have planned for you. So stay tuned for that. Now, for those of you who are brand new, or maybe are just joining us, or maybe didn't really get the chance to be too active in whatever it is that we have been doing, this is the official Groove page, the Groove group, excuse me. This is the official Groove page group where we are actually live right now. And of course, we also have a lot of really cool things going on. This was also where the Groove-A-Thon actually took place. As you can see, day 9, the final day, was over, which started streaming about 16 hours ago. But you can also see that a couple of hours ago, I also left a new message, a new post inside of this group, which basically welcomed a few hundred of brand new members into our community. And it was basically a summary of some of the things that maybe you have missed. Yes, over 50 hours of content that you can catch up on right here on this link. If you haven't already, it is the perfect place for you to start, especially if you're brand new to learn all about Groove. And of course, even if you are not new, there's definitely a lot more that you can learn as well. But first, I want to get to know your thoughts. For those of you who actually had the opportunity to join us, you saw the Groove-A-Thon, maybe not all 50 plus hours. And by the way, the last time that I was talking about, how the Groove-A-Thon is a series, it's a marathon of content. I talked about how the first one was like 300 hours long or something like that. And then we had one comment who says something like, oh, wow, you guys are boasting about 300 hours, blah, 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 and whatever else. Do you know that's really overwhelming? That's a lot of time. And yes, I talked about this in my live stream, in my personal live stream yesterday. But the thing is, if you are serious, right, about investing in yourself, about your success, your own development, you need to invest your time. Otherwise, you're in the wrong place, right? This is a community. This is a place where we try and give you as much value as possible. And value is not going to come in a 1-minute video, in a 5-minute video, in a 10-minute video. In many cases, yes, it takes hours and hours and hours. My own personal courses, they are a minimum of 2 days. The launch event for Groove Asia, it was 36 hours consecutively, right? And each and every single moment, minute, second of that particular launch event was absolute value, right? If it's not valuable, we would not waste your time or ours presented this to you. So make sure that you understand that. And so with this, yes, We want to know your thoughts on the 50+ hours of content. What were you the most excited about? What did you think of the Groove-A-Thon? The presentations, what was your favorite update, right? We want to know all of those. And just in case you somehow missed it and don't have the opportunity to comment right now just because you say, oh, I didn't watch the whole thing. You don't have to watch the whole thing, right? I didn't watch the whole thing. It was on in the middle of the night for me. It started at 11 p.m. my time. And sometimes it went on until, you know, the early hours of the morning. One of the sessions were 8 hours long, right? No way any one of us really can stay up the entire time, 50+ hours straight, to watch the entire thing. But based on what you saw, we want to know what you think and what you're most excited about. And for those of you who somehow missed it and would like to rewatch, go to the page that you see on the post right here. And of course, if you haven't already, this is basically how the page actually looks like. If you need the actual link, you cannot find it, you're not a part of our group, or for whatever reason, not able to locate it, feel free to PM me personally, no issues. I will direct you to it right here, okay? And as you can see, this is the official Groove-A-Thon page where you will be able to find all of the replays. From the very first day, which is the Groove-A-Thon kickoff, to the second one about Groove pages, and then another one about Groove Sell. The next day was about Groove Pay. The next one was about Groove Mail. The next one about that was Groove Blog, Groove Member, and Groove Video, followed by Groove Webinar, as well as the automation version of it. On Wednesday, this past Wednesday, we talked about Groove Cards, and then we wrapped it all up with Groove Copy Pro, Groove Brazil, Groove Con, as well as the Marketers Crew. So definitely come back here to this page. If you haven't already, of course, there are links up here as well. If you haven't had the opportunity to sign up yet or to upgrade to the Platinum account, you can see the links right here at the top. Make sure that you do take action on that. And if you're curious, yes, it is over 50+ hours. If you really want to do the math, I did not count it myself, but basically we added all of the YouTube videos into a playlist. So as you can see, right, this is 6 hours and 11 minutes long. Another 6 hours and 21 minutes. This one is 8 hours and 11 minutes. You add them all up, all averaging between 6 to 7 hours, 5, 6, 7 hours, and 8 hours. Yes, they all add up in about 9 days worth to over 50+ hours of content. Okay, so before we actually do continue, I did mention that yes, this is in fact an after party, right? And it's not going to be a party without you. And so we're just going to say hi to just a few of you who are in the comments that I see right now. We have Annie from Canada who is joining us, #live. Great to see you, Annie. And then Nicholas with Groove Pages Training is also showing a #live and saying, I watched nearly all 50 hours of the Groove-A-Thon, and Nicholas was telling me that he was multitasking, and this was exactly what you can do as well. Have it on, watch it, listen to it, be productive at the same time, right? He was multitasking, doing a whole bunch of different things, but of course, any important aspect like the live demos, any of the important updates and announcements, he was the first to know, and that is why Mr. Nicholas is one of our leaders within Groove Asia as well. And then we have Memory Lump Musical Hall, which I believe is Johnson from KL. Yes, #live. KL, 3:09 p.m. Great to see you. We also have Sri, who has joined us, I believe, in Singapore. Definitely hours worth of investment. Yes, absolutely. For as much as you and I believe, can stay up on live to watch it in our time zone. Of course, it was absolutely worth it. And whenever you can, as possible, just like what Nicholas is doing, watching the replay, as he just mentioned over here, all on the replays. Not live, of course, because it's in the middle of the night for him. I believe it was at 1 a.m. when it first got started. And yes, absolutely awesome. And then Annie says, love all the new updates of all the apps after 9 days. And I believe there is definitely going to be more. Okay, so yes, thank you for all your thoughts, and all you people that we just gave shout outs to. Thank you and welcome to the GAT after party, the unofficial one, because right now it is just me, but who knows, maybe, just maybe, we will have an official after party, or maybe another live event of sorts. I was gonna say a short mini Groove-A-Thon. That's why I'm mixing up my words here together all at the same time. But regardless, yes, mini Groove-A-Thon of sorts that we want to have coming up. So yes, we want to welcome all of you. You are the first to know. Make sure that if you haven't already, turn on those notifications, because once we have one of those events announced, you will be first to know. So what are the benefits of watching all these different shows right here? All 9 of them, especially directly right here on the Groove-A-Thon virtual event official page. Well, once you watch all of them, and it doesn't have to be all 50 plus hours of it, you can fast forward and scroll through whatever different things as what most people do, like when Nicholas is watching the replay. But what are the most beneficial aspects? Well, when you watch it, of course, this will turn you into an expert. I see so many questions, not just on the live, but also on the replays, on the comments, in the regular post, right? These are all questions that were evidently already answered. And if you had watched the Groove-A-Thon live, right, or maybe even heard it while it was in passing, whatever else, you will know the answer to all these things, because all these questions were answered and addressed multiple times. And I mean multiple times across multiple episodes. So when you are actually watching these replays, and if you already watched it, watch it again and again, just like, you know, some of our fellow Groovesters, they actually do that, right? They watch it again and again because they want to get maximum expertise, right? This will turn you into an expert. And what happens when you're an expert? When you're an expert in the Groove community, this means that you will have opportunities. What kind of opportunities? For those of you who are not yet a part of our Groove expansion project, right? I'm sure many of you might also be wondering, hey, you know, there was 9 days of the Groove-A-Thon. Why weren't you on, right? There was 9 days, and yesterday, about, you know, an hour and a half or 2 hours, they were actually talking about the Groove expansion project with Groove Brazil, right? Why wasn't Groove Asia featured? Well, here's the thing, right? With Groove Asia, of course, we want to make sure that we provide you and those who are actually active in our GLIVE shows priority and opportunity to actually be joining us. Now, we're grateful that Mr. Mike, Donna, and a few other Groovesters, you know, and some of the experts who were on the show, some of the extra special guests, they paid homage, right? They gave shout outs to me, they gave shout outs to Groove Asia, and people were asking about it and inquiring about it. But we didn't want this to be a Groove Asia thing. This should be a Groove HQ thing, right? A Groove.cm thing, a Groove corporate thing. It has to do, and everything has to do with the software. Everything has to do with the platform, the community. It has to do with you. But for those of you who are serious about wanting to be a part of everything that we do, well, that's what these GLIVE shows are all about. That's why we invite you into our community. And when you go into our community, you will see that, yes, there are plenty of opportunities right inside. Let's just take a look at some examples, because as you scroll down and you take a look at our community, well, yes, first of all, you will see that our live streams are right here. But in addition, one of our leaders, right, Mr. Nicholas, as we pointed out to you earlier, Groove Pages Training, he also gives you some additional bonuses and content, and so do a lot of our variety of other leaders as well. And as you can see right here, he is giving away a free limited edition of Groove Asia t-shirt. Of course, if you somehow missed the opportunity, you're watching us on the replay a little bit too late. The t-shirt has already been given away, right? You missed that. You missed out on that opportunity as well. And of course, Mr. Nicholas also gives us additional training as well as live videos and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So yes, there's definitely a lot of great advantages for being here. As you can see, there's also some additional opportunity for you to work with us as an official, yes, an official Groove Asia JV partner. Now, whether you want to focus in English or you want to focus in other languages, whether you want to focus in English-speaking countries like the US, the UK, Australia, or if you want to focus on other countries as well. The beautiful thing is that this opportunity is still open for anybody who wants to be a part of it. So if you want to learn more, come to facebook.com/groups/GrooveAsiaCM. Remember the CM at the end, because customers matter, right? You will be able to see not just this post that invites you officially to apply for a JV partnership position to be on our team, But of course, as you scroll down, you will see some additional opportunities as well. We talked about you being an expert, right? About a week ago, last weekend, we did another typical, G Live type of thing. But for this one, we basically encouraged you, right, to watch the Groove-A-Thon. Make sure that you watch all the replays. Make sure that you're familiar with all of the products and services, because right after the Groove-A-Thon is over, which hint, hint, is right now, right? Within the next 24 or 48 hours or so, we're going to make another brand new announcement. This one over here was just a teaser. So if you're interested to read up all about what it is, come inside of our group, join, read up on it, leave a comment right here, just like many of our fellow Groovesters within Groove Asia have already done, because this is an invitation for you to eventually be part of another top secret project that I want our Groove Asia leaders, experts, to be a part of. So leave your comment over here so that I know exactly who you are, what strategies you would like to be involved in, which one of the apps you are familiar with, because all of these will help us in deciphering how we want you to be involved in everything that we're going to be doing here as well. All right, so with all of that, I believe, yes, the opportunity is definitely there. And just to give you a little bit of yet another teaser, earlier today, and coincidentally, this just so happened to be a 3-year anniversary, okay? The 3rd year anniversary of another project that we have been able to do with our community just a few years ago, okay? Over here, you can see that this is a video that I created about 3 years ago. As you can see, yes, on the 16th of July, all the way back in 2018. For those of you who don't know, in my past life, right, I'm talking about a year plus ago, when everything was normal, pre-pandemic days, I used to travel around the world, and I used to do a bunch of different live events. Now, in 2018, around this time, at that point in time, I was in the middle of a global tour, okay? I believe in about 1 to 2 month time, I was in Singapore, I was in Taiwan. We did live events multiple times in Thailand, in Vietnam, and all across Malaysia as well. And so for me, of course, I was busy traveling. I was busy doing all these live events. And the lucky thing for all of us is that right here in Penang, where I am right now, and of course where this community is based, we basically, spent at that point in time months and months and months grooming these leaders and grooming them, not just to learn my content, not just to attend my classes and know my syllabus from the inside out, but I also trained them to be trainers. I trained them to be speakers. I trained them to be mentors and coaches. Every single one of the mentors, leaders, and trainers and speakers that you see in this video, they were all once my students. When they attended my classes for the very first time, they knew absolutely nothing about internet marketing. And in less than 1 year's time, literally less than 1 year's time, they have gone on and they become speakers, they became trainers. And those who actually you see on the stage right now, they actually ended up traveling with me to all those places that I just talked about all across Malaysia. They traveled with me to Taiwan, to Thailand, to Vietnam, to Singapore, and more other places, all because these are all the opportunities that are available when you are active and when you're working with us. Now, granted, this was in Penang, which meant that in the majority of the people that you see over here, you can see that they're Chinese, right? They're Asian. And that's because for this particular class, they just so happened to be doing my training, using my content in the Chinese language. Okay. And so with that, of course, it is just one of many different examples. When we went to Thailand, we did it in Thai. When we did it in Vietnam, we did it in Vietnamese. When we did it in Taiwan, we also did it in Chinese Mandarin, in the Taiwanese version of it or whatever else, right? But you get the idea. Whether or not you speak another language, that is out of the out of the conversation, right? It doesn't really matter, because if you want to do this wherever you happen to be, everybody has access to online now, right? Like I said, this was my past life. This happened over a year ago. But what is available now within the Groove community is, in fact, a global community where it doesn't matter where you are, right? Over here, this is an example of students who attended live and in person just because they happen to speak Chinese. But here's the thing, right? When you take the apple to apple comparison, the exact same trainers now, when they go online, and if let's say they want to do the exact same thing in Chinese, they are not limited to only Penang students, right? They can do the same thing for people who live in other parts of Malaysia. For example, KL or Sabah or Ipoh or Malacca or JB or wherever else. At the same time, they can also do this to Chinese speakers, right? Do this for Chinese speakers in Singapore, Chinese speakers who are in Indonesia, Chinese speakers who are in the English-speaking parts of the world. I know plenty of people who are in the US, who are in Canada, who are in UK, who are all around Europe, who are in Australia, who speak Chinese, who are not very comfortable in English either, right? I grew up in US Chinatown in San Francisco. The majority of the people there do not speak a word of English, right? So when we say global expansion, we're not just talking about countries. We're talking about languages, wherever it is that you might happen to be, right? We see Annie in the comments. She speaks Cantonese. She's in Canada. But guess what? It doesn't mean that she's limited only to people who speak Chinese in Canada, right? Annie, you can do this, and you can be simultaneously speaking to people who are in KL who speak Cantonese, right? People who are in Hong Kong who speak Cantonese, who are in other parts of the world, San Francisco, Chinatown, right? What we just talked about, who speak Cantonese. You get the idea. So when you are an expert in any aspect of Groove, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the apps either. You can be an expert in being a cheerleader, right? You can endorse the affiliate marketing aspect. You can endorse the opportunity. You can endorse the community and talk about how great everything is, right? We're not asking you to do tutorials. We're not asking you to be technical. We're asking you to ask yourself, how can I contribute? In what way can I contribute? How can I be a contributing member to the Groove community in the expansion project and do all these great things, and at the same time have the opportunity to be a top JV partner, right? Because that is exactly what this opportunity is all about. For you to be a top JV partner, for you to work with us, because believe you me, when we say that with Groove, the opportunity is huge. With Groove Asia, with everything that we are doing, we're giving you an additional element of support, additional opportunities. I will personally and directly work with you so that you have the opportunity to do whatever it is that you want. And that is why we say, immerse yourself in communication, immerse yourself in contribution, immerse yourself in the community, in your own education, because when you do, you will be a much bigger part of the Groove community than you will ever know, right? And with all this amazing opportunity, who knows, when the world comes back to normal, we're able to travel all around, take a look at the screen in the video, all these people who have the opportunity to share the stage with me around the world, you potentially may also be able to do the same thing as well. Now, different parts of the world, yes, they're opening back up once again, good for them. Unfortunately, here in Malaysia, we're breaking records every single day on brand new cases. It seems like there's no end in sight, but guess what? I don't believe that there is no end in sight. I believe that things will happen, things will become better, and when they do, this is when our additional opportunities will continue to explode even further. So if you haven't already, we invite you to be that action taker that we've been talking about. Make time as what we've been talking about. In fact, if you want to go back to my own personal profile, which you can see right here, this is exactly what I was talking about, right? Too busy, very tired, no time, make time. I talked about this yesterday in my personal live stream that you can see on my own channel and my own page and my own profile. This one was a couple of days ago. Are you an action taker? Because when you are, you will be able to, just like many of my own students who took action this past weekend, guess what happened? They got first page rankings on both Google as well as YouTube within a matter of minutes. as complete newbies competing against millions of other people. Again, I talked about them in these different live streams that you can catch. So if you want to be an action taker, you don't want to make any more excuses, you want to make time, right? Now is that time. The Groove-A-Thon is over, right? Everything is starting anew. Groove Asia has just launched. The Groove community is your place for you for the ultimate opportunity. And if you go ahead and you continue to waste time, you don't do anything, well, guess what? All the applications, they will close. The opportunities, they will be gone. And either you will watch things happen, you will ask what happened, right? Or you will be a part of our team that makes things happen. Which one will you be, right? So that is our question to you. Don't answer that right now. Think about it if you need to. But regardless, I personally believe that as long as you are an action taker and you do exactly what it is that we invite you to do, you take advantage of everything that we have in store for you as an opportunity, you will go super high places. Before we let you go, and before we end this party, okay, the unofficial GAT party, let's go ahead and say hi to just a few more of you who are in the comments. We have another Facebook user who is saying #live. If you haven't already, make sure that you go to streamyard.com/Facebook so that we can actually see who you are the next time that you leave a comment. And then we also have Carol. Hola, ¿cómo estás? All the way from Spain, saying hi, Simon. A lot of aha moments during the Groove-A-Thon. Yes, I absolutely agree. Probably dozens and dozens of them every single episode. So if you haven't had the opportunity to, make sure you go back and watch them, okay? Annie is saying, I definitely will watch the replay of them, which I'm planning to do for the coming weekend. Ah, yes. What better way to spend your weekend to spend it with Groove, right? Don't worry. Maybe I will come up here as well, and we can actually spend some time here in the after party together as well. We also welcome back Mr. Curtis, who is saying cool and awesome. Annie is saying, I wish I know this earlier, can join the live training too. I don't know which live, this live training that you're, the live training was all the way back in 2018, the one that you saw. But of course, we've been doing this for years and years and years. Or if you're talking about the one that we did this past weekend, that one was specifically for our Thailand students. However, make no mistake, if you are a part of our community, there will be additional opportunities for you to learn as well. So definitely make sure that you're very active, remain active. Lots of really cool additional things that you will also be a part of. Curtis is also saying, wishing you all well. Holy? Oh, maybe that's some type of a emoji that we cannot see. So yes, thank you very much. And then Annie saying, yes, 2018. Well, here's the thing, Annie. I've been teaching online marketing ever since 2006. Okay, so why not join in 2006? Why not join in 2010, right? Why 2018? Well, as they say, of course, the best time to join is always yesterday, right? Whatever is gone is gone. But the next best time is right now. So that's the good news, right? You're here right now already, as is everybody else who is watching right now, who is a part of our community. So let's not look back and see what we have missed. Let's look forward to the future and what else we have in store for you. Because I personally believe that with everything that has changed over the last year, right, it gave us an additional 12 to 15 months of time to adapt to what we call now the new normal or whatever else. But now it is game time, right? For the launch event with Groove Asia, it was only about a month ago, right? So with everything that we have in store for you, yes, this is the perfect time and the perfect place. There has never been a more perfect moment, okay? So you are at the right place and at the right time. This is the place to be. All right, so with that, we want to thank you for your time here today. That is all that I have for this particular after party. On behalf of the entire Groove team and myself, of course, we want to thank you for your time here today. Take action right now. Take action where? Of course, take action right here at Groove.cm. As you can see, facebook.com/groups/GrooveAsiaLIVE. Take action to join our group, because that's where all of the additional information will be for everything that we've talked about. And before we go, we also have Curtis saying, I mean, your lockdown. No. Okay, yeah. So all the best for wishing you all the best for your lockdown. I get it. Thank you very much. Take care, stay safe. Yes, looking forward to all the training, and they will definitely be coming very, very soon. All right. So thank you, Annie. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you to all of our other friends who are joining us. Remember, whether you're joining us live or on the replay, do let us know. Leave a comment in the comment section so that we can interact with you. So on behalf of the entire Groove community and myself, we want to thank you for your time here today. Make sure that you take action right now. Watch all of the Groove-A-Thon replays if you haven't already, because it is absolutely going to do what it needs to do to take you to the next level so that you can be one of our top JV partners. And when you become an expert, there are plenty of opportunities that are available for you. All right, let us know if you have any questions. And as always, I will see you on the inside. Cheers, folks. We will see you this weekend for another episode of GLIVE. You gotta get into the groove.